Hey everyone, this is just a quick video to talk about my BookTubeAthon 2016 TBR. I don't normally do readathons and I actually wasn't planning to do this one, but I had an interesting idea for a theme which really makes me smile, so here we are. The BookTubeAthon starts today, which is July the 18th, and ends on Sunday the 24th of July. Quite simply, it is 7 books with 7 challenges in 7 days during the 7th month. So all the 7s. And without further delay, I'll get straight on to talking about the book. The first challenge is to read a book with yellow on its cover, and for this I have chosen The Sirens of Titan by Kurt Vonnegut. The SF Masterworks is in yellow, and there's yellows and golds all around here. This is 224 pages in length. I've always wanted to read something by Vonnegut, but it's often the case with plenty of authors and books over the years. I just haven't got around to reading anything by him. This will be my first ever Vonnegut. This book is held in quite high regard, I believe. Some of Vonnegut's books are quite debatable from what I've heard, so this should be an interesting one. The second challenge is to read a book only after sunset, which at the moment is around 10 o'clock UK time. So this needs to be a short one, and indeed it fairly is. And that is The Demerged Man by Alfred Bester. This is 250 pages in length, so I should be able to get this read without any major problems. This again is one of the masterworks. It is one that I've been wanting to read for quite a long time. I've owned this particular copy for I think about 5 years now, maybe. I could be mistaken. Alfred Bester is a classic science fiction author whom I've wanted to read something by for years. This book has elements of psychology in it, obviously with science fiction. I don't really know very much about it, but the ideas in it and the overall sort of principles of the book sound my kind of thing, so it should be a pretty good read. The third challenge is to read a book you discovered through BookTube, and for this I am reading The Lap of Heaven by Ursula Le Guin. Strictly speaking, I'd known about Ursula Le Guin probably a decade ago, but I'd never read one of her books until BookTube, and the person that I'm going to both blame and thank for making me actually read a Le Guin book finally is Rachel, known as Culinary on BookTube, because her enthusiasm for Le Guin, because she's a big Le Guin fan, really has rubbed off on me, and now I own quite a few more Le Guin than I've actually read, and this one does sound like quite an interesting one. I know it's one that even fans of Le Guin sometimes have issues with. It's a slightly tricky book, so it should be an interesting one, and it's 185 pages in length as well. The fourth challenge is to read a book by one of your favourite authors. This was actually really easy, and yet again it's another masterworks, and it is The Fountains of Paradise by Arthur C. Clarke, and it's 247 pages in length. As you know, I like Arthur C. Clarke. I've liked everything I've read to date by him, which frankly isn't that much. It's only about 5 books I've read so far. There will be many more in years to come, as and when I can buy the books. This one is to do with a space elevator, and that's basically all I know. It's Arthur C. Clarke though, so it should be pretty solid, frankly. The fifth challenge is to read a book that's older than you, and you may have noticed the theme now. It is another Masterworks book, and it is Babel 17 by Samuel R. Delany. I've only read one other book by Delany before this. This will only be my second. So far I've really enjoyed his writing style. This was originally published in 1967. It is just under 200 pages in length, and it does sound really interesting. I know it talks about language and linguistics in some way, and it's got Delany style, which again, as I've said, I enjoy, so it should be a good book. The sixth challenge is to read and watch a book to movie adaptation, and for this I've gone for, yeah, you may have been surprised or not, First Men in the Moon by H.G. Wells. Another Masterworks, this time hardback though, which is actually one of the few hardbacks I've got in the Masterworks. This was written in 1901. It's actually one of the earliest books in my collection. I think I've only got like 2 books that are older than this. The movie was released, I should say, in 1967, so it's quite an old film. I have watched it before, I think, years ago, but I can barely remember it. But I can remember it was sort of one of these films where it's sort of bad, but you kind of like it because it's bad. The book is one that I've been meaning to read for a long time as well, and it's also quite a recent purchase as well. The 7th and final challenge is to read 7 books. So in other words, just to read any book that you want, just to make it up to 7 books in 7 days. And the book I'm choosing is, unsurprisingly, The Forever War by Joe Haldeman. The Forever War is one that is held in very high regard within science fiction. It is a classic. Well, a lot of the books within the masterwork are. It is 238 pages in length, and I've never read anything by Haldeman before, so this will be yet again my first. There's a lot of firsts in this video, but it's one that I've been looking forward to reading for a long time, and now I'm going to finally get the chance to actually read it. So that's it for these 7 books. This is a total of 1,545 pages, which on average per day works out as 220 pages, so it's really not a problem to actually achieve this. I've been meaning to read more of my masterworks for ages because I keep buying masterworks, never reading them, and now I'm actually going to make a small dent in them at least. If you are taking part in the BookTubeAthon, then please leave a comment and tell me what you are reading. I'm always interested to know. All my social media links can be found in the description box below as well. And with that said, that is it for this video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you another day. Bye for now.